Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital early spoilers June 30th to July 4th. Sonny reels from shock and Curtis unleashes fury. And as we always do on early edition day, we're going to start with what is happening the rest of this week. And just a little side note, be prepared for news interruptions. There's bombing and stuff going on, and we've seen the CBS soaps interrupted, and the ABC could be. And if it is interrupted and there's a preemption, be sure and check your DVR programming to make sure that you don't miss one. General Hospital spoilers, Martin's bad news, Dante's dilemma, and Alexis concerns. Alright, hopping into what's coming. Wednesday, June 25th, we've got Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, getting bad news. Now, his whole week has been rough. He's in the hospital getting his back checked out because he lunged for that receipt that Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, was holding, and he just took a fall. It was very embarrassing. So, he could be getting bad news about his achy breaky back, or about Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, deciding not to pursue a personal injury suit for the SUV car crash. Or it could be more alimony demands from his many exes thanks to Tracy Q. Plus, Martin has a talk with Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, who comes to see him at the hospital. And Martin tells Rick, if anybody can irritate her, it's you. And it sounds like he wants Tracy to poke and prod. I mean that he wants Rick to poke and prod at Tracy, which would be pretty funny. General Hospital spoilers. Dante pushes BLQ. Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, goes to see Brooke Lynn, Amanda Setton, and tells her that they really need to work together to get through to their son, Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza. He doesn't want to talk to either one of them. And of course, they're not the ones who were keeping the secret that he was growing up right under the nose of his bio mom and dad. And I do agree they do need to work together. Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, won't like that. And that's one more reason they should do it. Plus, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, stops by General Hospital for a chat with Elizabeth. So, I'm wondering if Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, told her mom, Alexis, that Liz knows that she cut the brake lines and that Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, asked her not to go to the cops. So, Alexis may be seeking reassurance from Liz that she really won't tell the police, and she may want to thank her. And of course, I think Elizabeth's rationale is simply because Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, died. But Liz warned Christina, don't do anything else or I will go to the cops. And we know Christina is pulling this Cody Bell, Josh Kelly con on Ava Jerome, Maura West. So that could come back around to bite Christina. Cody's orders, Marco's delivery, and Ava's accusations. GH twists unfold. And speaking of the local cowboy, Cody obeys orders on Wednesday. And it may be about Christina and the whole Ava seduction scheme. Or it could be something about Tracy because it looks like he is having a talk with her. He asks if his job is already done, and Tracy wants to discuss payment. You remember Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, actually cooked this thing up with Cody, which I thought was pretty brilliant. Marco Rios, Adrian Anchondo, delivers something to someone. A very vague spoiler. It might be about his mom Natalia Rogers Ramirez, Eva LaRue, DUI case, and the deal that she's supposed to be cutting with D.A. Turner, Nazneen contractor, to testify against Sonny. Or maybe he is sending flowers to his boyfriend, Lucas Jones, Van Hansis. Speaking of, Elizabeth asks Lucas if he thinks that she is leading Rick on. Now, I think that Liz letting Rick breathe the same air that she's breathing leads Rick on. But that's on him, not her. Meanwhile, Ava calls somebody a lying liar, and it may be Rick. I wonder if she finds out he's been flirting with Liz, or maybe she figures out that Cody is running a con on her. Plus, Sonny asks someone what their answer is, and it may be about Natalia taking that relocation deal to get away from the Port Charles PD and her looming DUI trial. Carly's worries, Lucas's advice, and Dante's new perspective. General Hospital drama intensifies. Then on Thursday, June 26th, we have got Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, talking to Sonny, but she leaves that conversation quite worried. Carly may be all up in arms about the Sonny versus Sidwell, Carlo Rota, thing because Sidwell has made clear he wants Sonny's peers and he'll stop at nothing until he runs him off. Marco is aiding and abetting in that. Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, was trying to convince Sonny. So Carly may butt in, you know, and when she does, she usually messes things up. She may get Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, involved. We'll see. Lucas gets some advice from Lulu, and it could be romantic advice about his relationship with Marco. And Brooke Lynn sees something that she definitely does not like. And I wonder if it's her son, Gio, talking to her enemy, Lulu. Plus, Dante gets a different perspective on things. He gets some food for thought from Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. And this likely involves Gio and maybe how to approach him. I mean, like him or not, Jason's been a deadbeat dad for years. Meanwhile, Dante was just in the dark. So, maybe he is going to have some advice from a dad who's not been good and who's trying to be better, given to a dad who's always been better and is now struggling because he's been seen in a bad light. Plus, Marco gets some new info. This could be about Natalia and Sonny. Maybe Natalia tells him she's going to take Sonny's deal. I wouldn't mind seeing her jetting out of Port Charles for good. GH Friday cliffhangers, Carly's memories, Anna's interrogation, and Sonny's shocking event. On Friday, June 27th, we've got Carly reminiscing with Jason. I wonder if they're talking about Michael's childhood and her lying to keep him away from A.J. Quartermaine, Sean Cannon. With Jason's help because Carly just brought that very thing up to Michael in regard to him keeping Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, away from their kids. Anna is put on the spot. She's asked some very hard questions and it may be about Sonny. Maybe it's D.A. Turner pushing on her. Then we've got Daisy's christening event on Friday. Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, and Michael and the families are there and there may be danger from that mystery stalker who may or may not be working for Sidwell. There's going to be a huge shock for Sonny and I wonder if it is at the christening. Could be some kind of attack or maybe they arrest him at that big family event. I guess it all depends on what Natalia decided. Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, and Brooke Lynn uncover something on Friday and it may be about Britt Westbourne's, Kelly Thibault, past with Rocco Falceroni, Finn Francis Carr. The groundwork is being laid for Kelly Thibault's return in July. General Hospital July spoilers, revenge plots, wedding plans, and contract changes. The week of June 30th through July 4th, we've got Brooke Lynn pondering her next steps now that she and Chase found out something and Marco should be delivering that original birth certificate that she wanted. Brooke Lynn is getting closer and closer to getting revenge on Lulu, but it may hurt some other people as collateral damage when she does it. Sonny's going to face some fallout from that huge shock at the end of the prior week. Maurice Bernard is a man used to betrayal, but this one cuts deeper than any mob hit ever could. After weeks of uneasy tension, Sonny uncovers a secret that threatens to upend his fragile stability. Sources say it involves someone close, too close, and it's not just about business. In Monday's episode, Sonny finds himself face to face with evidence that someone within his own inner circle has been feeding information to the feds. At first, he suspects Ava, Maura West. She's always his go-to scapegoat, but when he confronts her, she swears on Avery's life she's not the one. Instead, Sonny's fury turns inward as he begins connecting dots that lead somewhere even more painful, his own son. By midweek, Sonny confronts Michael, Chad Duell, in an emotional, gut-wrenching scene that shakes both men. While Michael denies any new betrayal, Sonny isn't convinced. The scene turns raw, and sources hint that Sonny's paranoia could cause him to spiral back toward the edge, especially as his medication regimen comes under question again. But there's another possibility, that the betrayal didn't come from Michael or Ava at all, but from someone Sonny never saw coming. Could Dex, Evan Hofer, despite his past loyalty, be playing both sides again under duress? Sonny's trust issues explode just as the 4th of July celebration looms, and the Corinthos patriarch might find himself utterly alone when the fireworks start. Curtis loses control, and Portia fears the worst. Across town, Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, has been struggling to keep his temper in check. But this week, he reaches his breaking point. After learning that Selena Wu, Lydia Look, has once again been running her underground poker games at the Savoy, despite his explicit ban, Curtis storms into the scene, furious and determined to put an end to it. But what he discovers there sets him off like never before. Selena, cool and collected as ever, taunts Curtis, suggesting that maybe his own family isn't as innocent as he thinks. Her cryptic remarks about Portia's secrets strike a nerve, and Curtis demands to know what she's talking about. When she refuses to elaborate, Curtis lashes out physically, slamming his cane into a table and demanding she leave his club for good. Portia, Brooke Kerr, who walks in at the tail end of the blow-up, is horrified. She's been trying to keep Curtis calm, especially after his recent progress with mobility and physical therapy. But this public meltdown rattles her, and it doesn't help that Selena leaves with a smirk, muttering, He's not the only one who knows the truth. Later in the week, Portia confides in Jordan, Tanisha Harper, terrified that the truth about her recent medical cover-up might surface. Jordan warns her that whatever secret she's hiding, it's better to come clean before someone like Selena uses it to destroy their lives. By Thursday, Curtis begins questioning everything, including his own marriage. He wants answers, and he's not willing to wait. His confrontation with Portia on July 4th could end with a shattering revelation that puts their future in jeopardy. Trina caught in the crossfire. Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, tries to celebrate Independence Day quietly with Spencer's family, but the tension around her parents' crumbling relationship overshadows everything. When she overhears part of Curtis and Portia's argument, she feels betrayed, again. Meanwhile, Spencer, Nicholas Chavez, continues to clash with Esme, Avery Pohl, over custody of Ace. Esme insists she's changed, but her manipulative behavior resurfaces when she plants a piece of misleading information that paints Spencer as unstable. Look for Trina to step in to defend Spencer, but her intervention only makes Esme more dangerous. By the end of the week, a shocking twist sends Esme right back into dark territory, and fans may see a side of her that's more like her father, Ryan Chamberlain, than anyone ever wanted to believe. Anna's growing suspicions and a hidden file. Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, continues to investigate the shadowy attacks that have plagued Port Charles. Her search leads her to a mysterious encrypted file hidden in the WSB database, a file marked Project M. Though she's warned to leave it alone, Anna's instincts tell her it's connected to the recent chaos involving Drew, Brennan, and even the late Victor Cassadine. When she decrypts part of the file, she gasps. The name Nathan West flashes on the screen. Could Nathan still be alive, or was he part of a WSB cover-up all along? Her digging could reopen wounds from the past, especially for Maxie, Kirsten Storms, who's been struggling to move on. When Maxie learns Anna's discovery, she refuses to believe it, but a cryptic message delivered to her phone that night could change everything. Fireworks, confrontations, and explosive cliffhangers. The 4th of July celebration at the Metro Court rooftop turns into one of the most explosive nights Port Charles has seen in months. Carly, Laura Wright, and Drew, Cameron Matheson, arrive together, trying to show a united front after recent tension, but Drew's distracted. He's hiding something that could blow up not only his relationship but also his reputation. As the fireworks explode overhead, several major confrontations happen at once. Sonny spots someone unexpected on the rooftop, someone presumed dead. His reaction leaves guests stunned. Curtis demands the truth from Portia, and when she finally breaks down, her confession leaves him shattered. Esme makes a shocking move that puts Ace's life in danger, leading to chaos as Spencer tries to intervene. Anna receives a mysterious call just as the power flickers. A voice tells her, "He's not gone, Agent Devane. He's back." By the time the night ends, one person is left unconscious, another vanishes without a trace, and Port Charles's skyline is lit up not only by fireworks but by the fiery aftermath of secrets that refuse to stay buried. Final teasers. Sam grows suspicious of something in Drew's past. Nina finds herself unexpectedly defending Sonny, even after his rage scares her. Brooke Lynn gets career-changing news that could tear her from Chase. Alexis publishes an exposé that puts her in danger. And a mysterious stranger arrives in town, one who seems to know everything about Project M. This week in General Hospital will remind fans why no one does suspense, heartbreak, and betrayal quite like Port Charles. With Sonny's world crumbling, Curtis's fury reaching new heights, and Anna's investigation unearthing old ghosts, the summer is about to turn scorching hot.